Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Saturday, December 17th, 2022. And I said I was going to come back with a video regarding the Krusteaz Cinnamon Crumb Cake that I prepared in my tribe sister's home. Now, I fried up some apples to put into it. It's just lightly fried them with a little bit of coconut oil in a cast iron skillet. So it was quite interesting to make this small little tiny little cake in a 9 by 9 pan. Not a 9 by 13, 9 by 9. Not a very big pan, or 8 by 8 maybe, whatever. Anywho, when I was reading the ingredients, I was like, 4 eggs? Man, that seems excessive. But I just carried on. So it had 2 packets in it. One packet was the dry mix. The other packet was the brown sugar mix, which weighed a lot more than the packaging with the actual batter, which I thought, boy, that's excessive. That's a lot of sugar for a small little pan. But I'll play along and I'll make this crumb cake. So instead of oil, I used butter. Butter's, I've decided, is way better, more natural product to use. So I used butter, apples that had been coated in coconut oil. It's the only thing I did differently. Everything else was per the instructions. This stuff was like glue. Like I'm mixing it up and I'm trying to pull the spoon off and it's like the weirdest, almost like a, I don't even want to say taffy. Taffy would be kind. So it said to take half the batter and spread it in the pan. Okay, well that was virtually impossible, but some way somehow I managed to get it to spread out, even though it wasn't like anything I've ever seen. I had to scoop it up with a 1 cup measuring cup, and then I had to take a spoon and dig it out of that because nothing was pouring. That's what happens when you add that soy lecithin in everything. It changes it all, and it's poison. So once I put half the batter, which was 1 cup, at the bottom, after I sprayed it with some coconut oil, then I topped it with half of the sugar mix. Now, granted, I took it and spread it out, kind of like folded it in half and cut it. So it was definitely in half. You cannot even believe the magnitude of this sugar mixture, how much was in there. Half of a half should have been used. Half of that half, split half in two parts for the bottom and the crust, because the two together was way overboard. And those 4 eggs, now I understand why. So put it in the oven after you put the next pile of slop on top of that. Try to spread that out and then sprinkle the sugar on top of that. And bake it in the oven for Lord only knows how long it was. When the cake came out, I was expecting, of course, it blew all up, looked all pretty. But you know, any woman out there that's made a cake, and any men that's made a cake, they know as soon as they come out, they're going to deflate a little bit. Well, this one didn't budge. It was like that glue expanded all so far, and then it stopped. And it formed a barrier with that sugar coating on the top. And it just stayed put. Never deflated one bit. Now, do you think we should be putting that stuff in our bodies? I say no. And I'm going to tell you why. Less than 24 hours later, and I had the size of a brownie, like that big of a piece. I had pains on my right side that started here, woke me up. I barely slept. Last night was the first night I actually slept all night long. Well, slept till 3. But then I went right back to sleep. So this poison that they've increased in this cake, obviously, because they've increased the number of eggs. When you Google to see, how you prepare it, it only says 1 egg. 1 egg is needed. Nice. Maybe the old cake mixes were like that. But let's increase the poison by putting more of that soy lecithin into a product that doesn't need it. So I'm going to tell you, I took a remedy from my doctor, my holistic doctor, 2 days ago. I could literally feel my body on the inside being washed. It was the craziest feeling I've ever had in my life. Well, that remedy you take once and you had to take the next day off. So yesterday I decided to increase my salt intake and do a salt flush. So I had 4 to 5 glasses of chicken broth. Now, not all together, but I had at least 3 simultaneously together to start flushing these toxins out of my body because it's going to help. Anything's going to help. Followed up with ate a solid apple last night to add some fiber to my body to help bind it all to get it out of me. So this morning when I finally woke up, I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I have got minimal pain, tolerable. It's not gone yet, but at least I can function. To think that they've altered this product that much, and oh, the taste tasted quite delicious. So as long as it tastes good, we should eat it, right? Wrong. We shouldn't be eating anything with that soy lecithin or any other lectin in it. Anything that's artificially colored, sweetened, our bodies don't function with it. They don't want it. And mine said no. N-O. So my advice to you is to make things from scratch. Flour is flour. Don't get it bleached. Get it in its natural state. Who cares if it's a pretty white color? They've chemically processed it when they put it through a bleach wash. No thanks. Get everything in its pure state, and you can pray to God that it's not completely poisoned from what the spray overs from the airplanes and all those chemtrails that they're spraying all over. You might as well just open your mouth and start spraying Roundup down it. That's the way I look at it. So I hope you read the labels. That's my bestest advice. And if there's something on there that you don't know what it is, look it up. And if it doesn't sound like it should be in your body, well, it shouldn't be in your body, especially after you've researched the source. So best wishes on baking anything that's pre-boxed because it's loaded with poison. And I say hats off to anybody who does it all from scratch because you know what? That's what our grandparents used to do way back when, and their parents, and so on and so forth. They did everything from scratch. Go back to Little House on the Prairie days. Just saying. That's where we win this battle with them poisoning us. So, hope you enjoyed this. Love to all bunches and bunches.